Hello there everyone, this is iMark3 and welcome back to a bit more Deep Among the Swarm. My gosh, it has been a minute or two, hasn't it? Yeah, it's the best part of a month since the last one of these came out. Unfortunately though, with the problems I've had with recording settings on this rig, I wasn't prepared to start recording until I had that all ironed out, so that should be good to go. Also real life circumstances. But the rig I was on over Christmas might have been able to run this one, but I wasn't willing to try it because this one is like a go forward and roguelike, so can't really roll it back in the event of something failing, or at least not easily. And so I did a litmus test on this kind of game in the form of From Glory to Goo, which is an interesting little like base horde survival thing. Has defensive turrets and lots of units, very simple graphics, that kind of thing. So, you know, a fair enough comparison test for performance. And the one I was using over Christmas choked on that. Heck, I even tried to do a video on From Glory to Goo over the Christmas period. But when it didn't do that, I put this one very firmly to one side. But here we are, back again. We are digging deep for crystals, for glory, for humankind, and all the sunshine and rainbows. We are just entering the lava zone, and I had a glance at the Steam thing on the way in, and it said that entering the lava zone is something that only 8% of players have ever actually done. Hey guys, I'm in the top 10% of the players on this game. Fear me and hear me roar. So yeah, please forgive me. I'm trying to be a bit more silly, a bit more upbeat in this one, compared to the Sword of the Stars, which should have gone out yesterday, if this one comes out when I expect it to. But let us begin. We need to upgrade some of our things to tier 3, if at all possible. And I'm afraid I've kind of forgotten exactly where I was as well. Let's see, you've got tier 3 cannons and guns. That's enough to start with, actually. Right, let's try then. Craft for me a rifle. I'll take it. Ooh, apart from spread, that's actually substantially better. The jump from level 1 to level 2, the jump from, Mark 1 to Mark 2, jump from Mark 2 to Mark 3 is apparently even bigger. Wow. Okay, let's craft that one then. Actually, yes, I've already dumped all my cores. Primary, another rifle. Take it. And I want to get some armor if I at all can. A sniper rifle, take that. Some light armor, which, yep, will add to survivability quite a bit. Ooh, a purple sniper rifle. It's all upgrades. Yes. Okay, let's... Can't just focus on that though, we need to actually get our turrets up to speed as well. So, basic barricade, 50% increase in health. The gun turret is... a bit worse in some respects, actually. That's not the best of ones. How does the cannon turret compare? The cannon turret is... I think the barricade is my best selection of that one, actually. Wow. There's the cannon turret. All positive, yes. And then this one is another option for that. And we'll just keep on going. Just trying to get these things sorted out. Another cannon turret. Really? I'll take it. I've got plenty of scrap left to spend. Just trying to figure this one out. Ah, here we go. Legendary gun and turret. Yes. To be honest though, there's not much point trying to roll excessively on this, just because, well, I don't have most of the tier 3 blueprints due to me never actually making it down this far before. So, you know, forgive me if I'm not... That's actually worse. Scrap. Legendary miner, better. So yeah, it's just like I want to try and get something that's pretty good. Though the unsurprisingly, my core things here are pretty heavily updated compared to how they were previously. No. Time to stop on that. Let's get a support. Titanium scavenger. 10% chance to generate 5 titanium on generating resources. That is actually amazing. It's only a 10% every time it cycles, but if we swap out this amount plus 4, keep the 2 speed boosts, this means I get a trickle of titanium just for mining copper. Gimme. Okay, sure. I'll take it. I'll take it. I just want to, let's get a couple of supports in here. Trap auto. Wow, these are bad, I think. Actually, firepower plus 45 is still better than previous ones, though the cost is markedly higher as well. I don't think I'll take any of them, actually. Armor plating is an improvement. Yep, I'll take it. And that's it. Okay, right. Just need to socket these things in. Then we also have some comments from last time as well. We were batting back and forth on the actual, medical turrets, you know? We were trying to figure all that stuff out. Oh, it claims this is... Wait. No, it's red just because it's a tier 3. Yes, tier 3. We were batting back and forth a little bit on medical turrets and splash and stuff like that. The thing is, I don't think that any of the medical equipment can actually take a splash mod, unfortunately. Damage plus 190 or damage plus 580. That is... Look at the difference. That's almost like a Mark II damage-wise. But this one's very clearly superior in damage. Let's put that one in there. And let's go ahead and slot and check against the other one. For a slightly better reload time, but worse firing rate and significantly worse damage. No. No. I'm not going to put that one in there. No. Scarlet, you have the sniper. I've got 2 snipers. Do I have a... Not quite as ridiculous, that one. But we do have some choices. And that's now just generally bad. Don't want those 2. Off we go. And... I can actually put in the... Actually, that would reduce... Why is that reducing... Oh, this one damage was 20%. This one does not. Well, not as good, anyway. Sure, let's swap that in there. And we do need to put in supports. So, we did have some comments. Clint's was slightly confused, I think. Happy Afer didn't seem to understand it. MS Mark II. Sorry, Multi-Shot Mark II. Sounds like something for added splash. The Splash X2, like shotguns with splash, but no need for the Multi-Shot Mark II. I know, bad thoughts. Yeah, shotguns don't really benefit from the multi-shot because it's like plus X number of shots per. But I think the ones that can accept the multi-shot can't really accept the splash. I'm not entirely sure which combination. The problem is I'd have to get my hands on one to actually find out. And these are all tier 2 things. Let's swap them. Gone. And that is, yeah, that's all spec'd up. Okay, right. Moving on. Buildings. We want to get barracks stuff. Oh, that one is significantly better. Scrap those 2. We got the cannon turret, which might be interesting, might not be. Both of them are pure upgrades, so we'll have to see how it looks for that. And that is more powerful, more fire rates, bigger AoE for a not insignificant reduction in reload. But reload isn't too bad. I'll stick with the one I've got. Gun turrets, same check. Ones. There's another one with a massive disparity in damage, plus 480 or plus 700. I think I'll take the big one, thank you. Only advantage is plus 2 magazine, everything else is downsides. Wow. The variance I'm getting in this stuff is actually really strange right now. 22, 12. That's the worst one. Let's swap it out. There we go. And the rest is stuff I had for in case I wanted to swap back, but I don't remember what my turret was previously. I do have an empty turret slot though, I just don't have something to put in it. Okay. Let's swap the core out. We have got mining. Oh, we already rolled up some basics, but then we went and did a mission. Did we? I don't remember what I did last time. Give me that one. Flat out an upgrade. So yeah, that's all fine. Scrap you. Titanium scavenging, which I said would swap out the -4 for that, which gives a slight reduction per second, but guarantees me titanium. Which means I could actually swap potentially to having titanium barricades as my first barricade type and not run the risk of not being able to build them. But I'll keep that in reserve just in case. I did not find a generator, but I have got enough scrap to put together a new primary. No. I wasn't lucky. Cannot scrap. Yep, cannot. Okay. That's fine, that's fine. Okay. That's all sorted. Oh, we have a tier 3 augment. Okay, nearly forgot about these. What have we got? Generator, miners, drill storage, or body factory population. Interesting. Interesting. Mining is always a good shout. Body factory I don't tend to rely on much. Drill storage, eh. I build crates. Generator, eh. Let's get mineral wealth, shall we? Miner production. Okay. And max. Tier 3, craft for tier 3. We have got trap damage, rapid fire, and rapid fire but reducing damage output. Or reload time reduced and fire rate increase. Oh, gun turret. Projectiles +1. Gun turret. Gun turret. Gun turret. Projectiles 1. That means that'll double the effect of my gun turrets actually getting that one in there. Oh no, now it's giving me something different. Bow. I backed out and I forgot that it would actually, randomly re-roll this stuff. That's just gun turret, that's just gun turret, that's just trap. It seems to want to boost the gun turret, but this one will more than double gun turret's damage levels, so I'll take that one instead. My gun turret just hit really, really hard, I guess. I've kind of forgot that counting out of that just doesn't hold on to it. You can tell I've not played for a bit. Anyway. Let us prepare. We have a cavern now, a giant open cavern area to drop into. Let us begin and see what there is to be seen in the lava zone. Your sensor has malfunctioned at this depth, providing limited functionality. Maximum depth of sensors can be upgraded through research. Sensor status can be checked using the icon near the bottom left. Swarm tracking disabled. Minimap will not show swarms in the fog of war. And it does look kind of... Oh yeah, that's the control. Middle mouse. Yeah, right. Okay, sorry, I'll just refresh the mouse really quickly on that. Is it? No, the nests have changed at this depth. But yeah, sorry about going through all of the setup and things, just like while I was getting the factory in. That was also part of me refamiliarizing myself a bit with the game as well, just trying to figure it out a little bit. So, let us get started. Nice and quick. We have got ourselves 32, which means a 16 squad size if I go half and half. Most concerning, though, is the fact that, I need to figure out what's where. How tough are you? 8,000 health. Ooh. Have you noticed? The Mark III guns have a different colour as well. I do approve. Okay, let's do as we should. Be sensible. Actually get some gun turrets up to actually protect us. You know what? Let's do that. Let's get 3 gun turrets as a solid line just to hold it. And then we can try and figure out what the heck's going on. I feel very rusty, honestly, in playing this game. And of course, Mark III guns are triple barrel. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm getting tutorial pop-ups because my machine is a new one. So the game thinks I don't know what I'm doing. I do know what I'm doing, I think. But the game is treating it like it's my first time playing, so, you know. Que sera, sera. It is what it is. I do like the change in colour, though. Anyway, as I said, we went through Clint's thing. The problem is most of the slash stuff was like, as memory serves, it was actually percentage of damage. So multi-shot attacks, it would be based on individual pellet strength rather than a fixed X amount. Because for it to actually be massively effective, it would have to pair in such a way as being a... What are you? A Hell Mother. Okay. And this is an Elite Lava Viper. Lava Raiders. Lava Behemoth. Okay, so the Cold Zone didn't get this treatment, but the Lava Zone actually has. Basically got reskinned versions of most of everything. Ha! Interesting. Very interesting. That's okay then. Right, let's do as we mean to go on. There goes 16. I need to get the armory, which I'll pop there. We're doing fine considering we're running on just our initial stock, aren't we? And we are getting a trickle of titanium, but not much. Okay, so yeah, that by itself, it'd be more noticeable if we had more mines, but that's not really working right now. So, happy if I said to Clint, I find your comment quite confusingly written. Are those ideas about a splash medic or shotgun healer? Because those are excellent ideas if they work. Sadly, they don't. We know this for sure. The shotgun is a weapon type. The medic gun is also a weapon type. So they are not compatible. Okay, the swarm's getting ready. That's fine. Even if diminished individual shot power, hitting multiple targets at once should make up for that quite well indeed. Yeah, but unfortunately, as I said, I think these splash ones, from what I recall, mostly are percentage based. And then there's also that whole thing of like, each weapon type has certain things that do and do not pair onto it, and therefore you can mix into it. Yeah. I'm disappointed, that's actually quite a small attack force, that. Let's see. Supply tower. Bosh. Bosh. And spread you out with some reinforcement. You are the spine of the space area. You will not be allowed to fall. Very good. And we can at least get another mine and another generator queued up. There we go. Oh, that said, actually, it'd be a really good idea if I actually got myself another little radar tower over this side as well, just to get some vision. There we go. I do like those upgraded gun turrets, actually. Of course, it helps that the actual turrets, sorry, the new weapon effects are actually along the lines of what my personal colour scheme in games that allow that tends to go, like a nice cerulean teal kind of thing. That tends to make, that's the thing I usually go for like energy effects. So the fact it happens to be the new gun turret effects, I am quite happy with. Oh wow, look at that.
Your forces are under attack.
I'm glad I went for raw damage. Wow. Okay, right. Back to the comment then. Just swap power, hitting multiple targets should make up quite well indeed. Yes, indeed it should. I was about to pause to start laying stuff out, but I need to actually finish clearing. Okay, that's all good. Right. We can actually take over this area pretty effectively. Just have to populate it before... I was about to say what are the purple things? No, those are the unbuildable bits, aren't they? Just have to populate it before anything else appears. Yeah. I will remember how to play this game, I swear. Yes. I will not be embarrassed by my own lack of knowledge. I do that to myself all the time. Anyway, I don't need the game to help me to do that because I'm sure I'll make sense someday, I promise. Just not today, okay? Well, maybe I'll make sense today, I don't know. You can tell I'm not quite with it. Okay, right. Medic. And... Cannons? Takes 31, actually. The medics kind of tapped me out for titanium. The trickle is useful, but it's not enough. Honestly, I think it's better to just like have the extra yield and rely on finding a nice titanium deposit. Yeah, I think that's probably the better way to go about it. I mean, there's a mine up there, but it's right next to that nest. Ah! I can be cheeky and get through there. What can I say? I'm going to be cheeky, I'm going to go places, I'm going to actually, you know... There we go. Right, okay. So, basic guns, whole bunch of med turrets. So this is not going to be the most durable setup I've put in, but, well, it will get me, though, a trickle titanium, which is what I want. And then I'm going to close off this side over here. Yes, this side over here is going to be my bulwark against the swarm. None may enter, because this is my place. This is Iron Mark III territory. Yes, you will not pass. Unless you give me sweets, because I like sweets. I don't know what I'm on about right now, but, you know, if it's interesting to listen to, that's the main thing, isn't it? Or at least I am having fun laughing at myself. And yeah, that chance is definitely not something to rely on. Look at that, I just picked up 5 randomly. And then that gives me 76. Yeah, it's not much at all, but the proc chance to have a bit extra can help. It's just not reliable enough. But at the moment I had a mine going, it was just like, yep, you're good. And it's giving me a flood of it. Ah, well, okay. Oh, I never actually gave this squad medics. I'm sure they'll be fine. Maybe. So, let's actually roll down to get another comment going, shall we? We have a fair bit of Maviafa. Oh, that's a bit of a rush. I'm going to move it.
Forces are under attack.
Back things up a little bit. Oh no, the beefed up turrets are actually holding. Huh. Okay, sure. If it's going to hold, it's going to hold. I'll accept it. Excuse me. That was a sniper rifle? That is one heck of a sniper rifle, actually. Wow. Okay. Swap out 5 for that. Giving me another 5 straight in. I like those. Okay. Now, happy with his main comment. Deathness really did a mean sneak attack on you. Spawning half their swarm behind your squad should be forbidden. Yeah, the swarm should really file their invasion plans ahead of time in triplicates. Just, you know, make them play nice. Yes, I know I don't have enough radium yet, thank you. Medics used to rush the energy swarm. If there was nothing to heal, multiple people complained heavily in the stream discussing about it. The devs seem to have made healers in groups stick together, stick to other units now. They've also seen them stick close to the wrong group when those units need healing. So the core issue is not completely fixed. Yeah, and I think we noticed previously is like they would cycle among a selection of people and they wouldn't really move on if the people they were next to were all healthy. Even if there was people a bit further out which needed help. So, yeah.
Incoming.
Let's mix in a couple of healers. Yeah, 2 healers to each group. You're the new group 1. You 2 stay there. And then the rest are... Oh, I need to pull off 2. There we go. Right, there we go. I have multiple battle squads. Huzzah! Right, you go that way. Group 1 goes this way. Jump. So, do job. Well, in your case, the healers probably need more ranged frontline units or less snipers at the black spot of the path. But have you seen the fire rate on those snipers? It's like me when I get a bolt action weapon which doesn't have a fire rate limit in a game. I can... Look, back in Modern Warfare 2, and I know this is pushing it back ever so slightly, I used the Barrett as my primary weapon, right? Why? Well, first off, you know, most powerful shot-for-shot rifle available, so, you know, why wouldn't I? I want that there, actually. But second, I could fan it point blank. And my trigger finger was fast enough that it's like I could fire 3 shots as the recoil forced it to spray across the target right in front of me. So point blank, my allies actually knew whenever they heard like a treble shot of a Barrett go off. It's like, oh, someone got close to Iron Mark III, so I just panic fired. They knew it was me. So yeah, the games that actually impose a physical limitation on that stuff, well, they do it. Okay, that's fine. That is a sizable horde, actually. Yeah. Okay. They knew it was me, so yeah. I appreciate a single fire weapon which actually fires really darn quickly because it's quite satisfying to have on your hands. At least for me. I don't know. I'll make sense one day, I swear. Maybe. Possible. Kind of, sort of. Anyway. You went on to talk about proto-life. That's a sizable chunk of the thing, so I might leave that part of the discussion as I go around and try to jam in a defensive position. That'll do. Makes sense someday, I swear. You can tell you can really tell I've not recorded this in quite some time. I am kind of fluffing it a little bit. Bank of turrets. That'll do for that. Let's pop... Did I pop the other one? I did not. Let's pop that one. Yep, I know what a forge core is, thank you.
Your forces are under attack.
And that is... Yep, quite substantial. Group 2, come back here, please. Quite interesting, the basic gun turrets though have been holding the line there. There we go. Right, so Q, that's that. And I want that. Actually, no, that. Do I? I don't know. I need this one though, that radium artifact, because that's what I've not really got much of yet. Radium. I will get the radium. I will mine and profit from this place. This is my place. I have all the guns. That makes it my place. Ah, fear me. I demand you respect my authority. Yes, it is my place. It is my place. What has Iron Mark 3 been smoking, and where can I get it? Answers in the post. I am sorry. I don't know what I don't know what I'm doing. My descent into madness is, well, you already know I've descended into madness, so you know what point is there in even mentioning that at this point? So. I was trying to turn this into a stream of consciousness, and now it's a stream of me trying too hard. I am sorry. This is probably about as sensible to listen to as a chocolate teapot. You probably get more sense out of teapots on reflection. That's okay though. I'll just keep pushing around here and let my troops do their thing. And this is the way I want to go. That's okay. One there. Give me some vision, please. Thank you. That squad's doing absolutely fine. I had the bare minimum of radium energy to start my engines. That's all fine. There are some drill cores around the place that I want to try and get, especially the big beefy ones like those. I do like the colour of the tier 3 guns. Okay, so proto-life comments. Proto-life difficulty points mentioned. There are 2 spikes, and the last few levels are noticeably made more difficult compared to levels before or after them. The first is one escort levels thing, not really clear about the area. Second is the biggest spike in the whole campaign, level Cast Layer. Cast Layer? Okay. And it's timed survival level where enemies coming from 3 sides and mass. Level I had most recharges with 4 fire words. Tell me if you get stuck on that level, I'll tell you how I managed to beat it. I will tell you need to rush the initial defense setup before the first, like, quite thoroughly. To be honest though, Proto-Life, I always was kind of playing like heavy, get defenses up first, you know. I feel like I'm melting through those death nests way more easy than I should be doing. How did I forget I had a nuke? I was gone from playing long enough that I forgot that I had a nuke. Oh, how shitty am I? Well, oh well. Could be worse. Could be worse. Could be worse. Could be. So, yeah, but honestly, every time I've played in Proto-Life, I've prioritized getting up defenses sooner rather than later, you know? And that's why it's always like been like a rolling wall defense kind of thing that I've got going on. But that's kind of how I kind of approach that every single time. So, about my flamer turret setup. Oh, about how, you mean how I rely on flamers so much? It will work quite well for a while. Eventually the centipedes made of slimes that release their slime parts will hit when their head dies. Those slime will wreck your flamers 90% of the time. Honestly, that's why whenever I've been building flamers, I always back them up with a whole bunch of other things. Like, flames by themselves is fine, but I actually have like tier 2 blasters and things behind them as well. Just like, you know, I know that the enemy's going to try and get past it in interesting and violent ways, so I just, be very careful with it. And have lots of backup. If my gun line isn't 3 layers deep, then I'm not really crawling forward at that point, because I want to make sure that nothing can get through the fire support. There is no such thing as overkill, to quote one of the maxims. There is only open fire and time to reload. So yes, kind of. That is like steamroller strategy 101. Anything else? Yeah, I want those cores up there, and I want down here. I've only seen a few wrecks though, so. Oh, I picked up 9 blueprints already.
Your forces are under attack.
I didn't even realise. That's okay though. We're about ready to get out of here. So there is a flame in Mark II, though Hafer dislikes it for being too short range, intermittent in its firing. It shoots flame bombs instead of flame stream and makes a big difference in how it affects enemies. Yeah, I can definitely see how that would be a problem. Something was taken out over there. I don't know what. That's okay. No, I gave them a move order, not an attack move order. Whoops. If you get over there, this corner needs to be closed off, and then this base is actually good to go, I think. So, leave a gap for any troops I want to send through. Add in a couple of bits and pieces. A couple of bits and pieces. Notice, by the way, I'm not building railguns and things. I've kind of realised, not since because of the initial shortage of titanium, but now I'm very much not short of titanium, so I probably should be building some. Yeah, let's sprinkle some railguns into each defensive area. And some big banks in the middle just to make darn sure that nothing gets close. That's fair, right? I'm giving the swarm a chance, right? I've run out of resources because I built so many. Yeah, I don't mind. Fine. But yeah, the Mark II being a firebomb. Honestly, that's... I can't say I'm sad to see it. That's actually a good thing, I think, for Proto-Life. Because I've noticed that a lot of the earlier ones, quite often, the higher marks actually replace and supplant the lower marks, but the Mark II fire turret being markedly different is potentially a reason to keep using the Mark I as well. I also admit, like, I use a mix of Mark IIs, Mark Is in some places in my turret line, depending on where they fit and what the terrain's like, stuff like that. So it's misleading of me to say that the later ones have always supplanted the earlier ones. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, that's the thing that got taken out down here. A line of supply towers. Right. Okay. Group 1 park yourselves there. Group 2 park yourselves there. Let's go ahead and spam out these upgrades because I've not been doing that the whole time. Oh, I lost my replicator. Whoops.
Research complete.
That's okay. Get all the researchers that I don't need, and we are good to go.
Research complete.
I think the massive jump in raw firepower in the equipment I've got has kind of completely overridden the increase of difficulty being in the lava zone.
Research complete.
You know? It's weird. Start my engine. Yes. Okay. Now,
Your forces are under attack.
that was Happy Aether's comment. Yeah. Here they come.
Research complete.
Oh yeah, I never gave this one its complimentary railgun package.
Your forces are under attack.
There you go. And complimentary railgun package for this one. And this one. You get railguns, you get railguns, you all get railguns. Mwahaha. There we go. Yeah, the raw firepower upgrade of the Mark III stuff I built is trivializing this a little bit. Okay. So, there was one more comment, very important comment, and I thank this person. Ziamias, there you go. 1,000 subs. Thank you so much for that.
Incoming.
I'm sorry that circumstances have kept me from actually really doing much about it. The 1,000 sub thing is, at this point, scripted, and I've been refamiliarizing myself with FTD as well, so you can probably guess what it's going to be about, what I settled on for being a 1,000 sub. The fact that I say from the depths and scripted in the same sentence kind of also shows it's a bit unusual. But yeah, this was the other reason why I've been focused on getting my recording settings and things sorted. Because now that these are sorted, I can actually start to do said recording, which I will get to as time and life allows. So yeah, something will be coming for the 1,000 sub special. It's a bit late, but it will turn up. And that's all I can say, really. Except thank you all very much for being here for this ride and with me to this point. I know this channel never really took off or exploded or anything like that. It never went massively anywhere. It's never really earned me anything either. Which is why I've always said, like, I do this more for fun than for chasing the trend or to actually, you know, get the big success kind of thing. I keep doing it because I want to, and that's it. Which is better because, like, everyone who makes video content, only a few of them can really do it in a successful way, so I've just not been lucky enough to be one of those. But some people still like to watch this, so that's enough to keep me going on it, honestly. So, thank you all very much for that one. And yes, I know, I'm trading off into a slightly awkward silence at the end. It's just like, that's okay. But we are wrapping up our first, like, real lava zone map, and we've come out of it not too badly, so I'm curious to see what kind of blueprints we're going to get. And yes, I know, this half-hour episode has turned into a nearly 45-minute episode. That's because I've got the entire bit of working out the toast and things on the front of it, so I apologise for that one. But there we go. Lava eradication. Destroy all enemies in a single lava zone map. And that was a gold shiny one as well. Let's see. 7.2% have this achievement. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, continue. What have we got? What have we got? We've got rocket launcher, mega strike, a barrage of bombs all at once, splash, heavy armor, clockwork rifle, radiant splash, lightning tower, which we've not really tried. I've never built one of those, I don't think. A bomber. Oh, tier 3 unit support. Your unit explodes on. Right. Shatter Shot Mark 3. Okay, so this is an AoE percentage one I mentioned here. 25% chance to deal 45% AoE damage to nearby enemies upon dealing damage. So if this was put into a... Well, there isn't a... Well, this is unit support, so if I gave this to a shotgun guy, it would be the individual pellet damage, and therefore it would be 45% of the pellets damage rather than the total damage rating of the gun itself. So yeah, that kind of shows how that would work, and I think how it would pair up with things like that. Also, odds are that you could not pair this with a medical gun because medical guns haven't really accepted that kind of mod to this point. And then upgrade to the tier 3 landing. Anyway, let's dig a hole and see if we hit something interesting. Down and down we go into the depths. Is there another zone after lava zone? I do not know. Though the fact we got into the... It was 1,000 when we hit cold, it was 3,000 when we hit hot. What do we hit when... What's next and what will we hit? There's going to be a final boss down here somewhere, right? Well, that's interesting in and of itself. We actually didn't hit anything on the way down. But yeah, we're going to call it there, though. So, this has been IMR3. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Forgive me the insanity. I was trying to overcompensate because of lower tone recent Saw the Stars recordings and a higher tone for this one. Fun fact, by the way, the Saw the Stars recording actually did have problems in the recording as well, which have been fixed for this one, so this one should be just fine on the recording side of it. But yeah. Where did I get to on my outro? I don't know. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps me, helps the channel, give me those virtual head pats I oh so crave. And we'll catch you all some other time. Next part of this one will be significantly less than a month. That much, I'm pretty sure I can deliver on. But yeah, see you all later.